Hi, I'm Kirk Thoren, a proud board member of Walser's employee resource group, Drive With Pride. And this is my Drive With PrideCast, where I interview different people in the automotive space to get to know them. Today I have a very special episode with my friend, Randy Stern. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, and I'm really excited to get him on camera so we can get to know him more. What we're gonna do today is pretty special. We're gonna take this truck here and we're gonna go get some coffee and get to know Randy. Let's take a seat in the truck, Randy. Let's go. So, this is the Drive With PrideCast. We're on the road in the truck with Randy Stern, my good friend, works in the automotive business, he works in publishing, works in journalism. Randy is a jack of all trades. We're gonna ask him some questions. We're gonna go get some coffee. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, me too. This is great, thank you.
I mean, Randy, God, we've known you for years, Randy. You've been known at Walser Automotive Group, been known all around, and this is great to just sit down and ask some questions and get to know you a little bit.
Well, I appreciate this, and I do appreciate the opportunity to talk to the members of Drive With Pride on your 5th anniversary.
Yes.
Indeed.
It's coming up.
Yes, it is.
So, Randy, I mean, we've known you for a long time. You know, I've always known you in the automotive sense and in the journalism and publishing world too. When did you get into these businesses? How did you start? What's your background?
Well, let's go back about when I was a kid. So I was 5 years old, and I fell in love with cars for all of a sudden. I mean, it's like, how can you be 1 year old and remember what your dad drove that time when you're like 1 year old? That's scary. Yeah. But honestly, where it really took off was when I started learning how to read, and I started learning how to read by reading Motor Trend. So there was a little kernel of me that says, you know, maybe I should become one of these great automotive journalists. And over the years, there's been some other magazines I've been reading. Like there was one magazine from the UK for which you had a column of this journalist going to all these press launches. And the way he was talking about these press launches, that was delicious. I mean, that was, it's like, those sound cool. Get flown somewhere, get fed, drive a new vehicle, have to write about it. So, sounds easy. It's not. My journalism career took off 22 years ago. And when I started working with a friend of mine who's now an online publisher, we had a small website out of Chicago. I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was their managing editor. I had a couple people under me, and I started writing columns, and I started parlaying myself as an automotive journalist, talking about vehicles for a very specific lifestyle website. We're talking within the LGBTQ realm. And then I started, and then I started doing some other things online, eventually creating a blog, which eventually became Victory in Reseda. I started writing for a local lifestyle magazine called Lavender Magazine here in the Twin Cities, and some other publications online as well as print.
So your current role now, you're in the automotive journalism space, obviously writing about cars, getting press cars, and in LGBT publishing, correct?
Correct. I am in LGBTQ media as a managing editor. I've also still have my website. And yes, absolutely correct. I'm covering new product and talk about some other stories as well, you know, that's related to the industry, ranging from subjects such as infotainment systems and the auto show circuit, what's happening with that, what's happening with electric vehicles. Also, I do some automotive history.
Really?
Well, my undergrad was in history, so obviously I took taking what I've learned from those courses back in my undergrad and try to apply it to telling the story of the automobile.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's our business, and understanding the history of the automobile and in that world, it's kind of fascinating history to learn.
It is absolutely a fascinating history, without a doubt.
All right, Randy, you have all these different roles in journalism, publishing, the automotive world. What's the most surprising aspect of these roles that you really didn't expect when you got into it?
Access.
Really? Getting in the door.
Getting in the door, not just with the products, well, not just the vehicles, but also with the people. And we're talking industry people, not just communications folks, but everybody from the CEO of a brand or a manufacturer all the way down to engineers and designers and you name it.
Yeah.
And on a dealer level, we're talking dealer principals, sales folks who are part of our community. It's the access and engagement with these folks that really has been not only surprising, but really become a part of the job that I do.
Wow. Well, imagine that, Randy. We are at the coffee shop. Drive through. We're going to see if I can get this big truck through here. Probably not.
Good luck.
I'll probably
Good luck.
I don't really know how this works, so...
I think I have to go around.
Yeah, they're probably like, look at this maniac. I think I can do this.
Oh,
look it. Hey.
Oh, looky here.
Hey.
Woo.
Yeah, I know. This is... Oh, God, I'm about a mile away. I never drink coffee, but I'm going to get some coffee.
There you go.
Do you have any pastries?
We actually sold out really early this week.
Oh, man, you're good.
Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
That's perfectly fine.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yes.
I grew up just down the street from here, and I went to Como Park. And so this was always like, you could get in your car, you're like 16, you have your 2000 Buick Regal.
Right.
You get in it, you have like 20 minutes for lunch or whatever, you get in it, you pile everybody in it, you come here and you get back just in the nick of time. Right? I mean, I think there's a lot of people in our business that are, identify on the LGBT spectrum that because of the business and because of the industry, they're not very vocal or open about who they are, right?
Exactly.
And that's something that is really important to me about Drive With Pride, is being in this business. And like we've talked about so much, being in this business and bringing your whole self to work, being proud of who you are, bringing that to the business, just be, really bringing your whole self to work. Every time I say that, I just repeat myself.
Yeah.
But it holds true, especially when we talk about stuff like this.
Exactly. Because in order for you to bring your whole self to work, you have to be able to be authentically you.
I mean, we love cars, we work with cars, we're always driving cars. I like cool cars, you like cool cars. Have there been any highlights in your career? 20 years in the business. Have there been any highlights for you in this world? Of any cool cars, cool experiences, cool press trips that you've done, anything like that?
Oh wow, there's so many that I can recall. Press trips are great. Whenever I'm able to go, and there's some really cool stuff that we do. For example, I belong to the Midwest Automotive Media Association, and every year we go to Road America out in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, to drive the latest and greatest, whether it's around the track, into the countryside, off-road, and even on the karting course.
I mean, being at the Chicago Auto Show every year for the last 20 years has just got to be a fantastic experience, to see the changes in the business, to see what's coming up, the trends, what's coming and going. I mean, that's what this industry never stays put, right? We all know that.
No, it ebbs and flows. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of turmoil every time we turn around. Everybody that's at Walser understands exactly, because you're being affected by all these ebbs and flows and periods of turmoil, periods of triumph.
So really the reason that we're here on my Drive With PrideCast with Walser's Drive With Pride, our employee resource group, something that I'm very proud of is, you work in that space, journalism, automotive world, and for LGBT folk. You told me a few times that, there are not many automotive groups or companies that have a presence like this, right?
That is correct, because DEI is one of the biggest challenges in the automotive retail space. And that's where Walser takes the lead on this, because look at the ERGs that you have already, including Drive With Pride. Nobody else has a Drive With Pride equivalent. Now, there may be one or two, and I'm afraid one of them are going to go away soon.
Yeah.
But the fact that Walser has taken the lead on creating a space for LGBTQ associates on all levels to be a part of the company, to continue to bring your whole self to work, to be able to live the Walser way, to be able to be visible, be seen by our community. Those who walk into the showroom, they see you, you're out, you're proud. That makes transactions much better. But I'm glad to see that Walser has been visible in the LGBTQ community, especially at Twin Cities Pride.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you're out there is important for that community. And on top of all that, now that Walser has gone beyond Twin Cities over the years, you're in Wichita, you're in Kansas City Metro, you're in the Chicago area, and you're still growing and growing and growing and picking up new dealerships along the way. Your visibility becomes wider and greater, and you have a lot more opportunities to interface with those communities that you have a presence in.
I don't think you could have said it any better. It's from the customer perspective and from an employee perspective.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
You want to work in this world, you want to work in this industry and have a safe space where you can be yourself.
Yep.
That's exactly it. And same thing from a customer perspective. Right?
Absolutely.
Like you said, you and I have said before, we really only want to do business where we feel comfortable, where we're feeling supported.
Exactly.
Very important.
Exactly. We want to go to places that welcome us. I've heard too many stories of otherwise.
Yeah.
And this is not just for LGBTQ associates at Walser. This is for everybody at Walser. When you see us, welcome us, treat us right, treat us like everyone else. And when there's a transaction happening, make it good.
I don't think you could have said it any better, Randy. Wow, you wrapped that up perfectly. And with that, we're back at the dealership, beautiful Roseville Buick GMC. And it's just been a pleasure, Randy. I mean, this is just so much fun to come here, hang out, drive a cool truck, and get to know you more. This is lovely, Randy.
Sounds like a plan.
I love it. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Can
Thank
I take
you.
this home?
Yeah. Very funny. I wish I could take it home.
There you go.
That's awesome.
We did it.
I think that was pretty good.